Yes, Clem, our YouTube channel. Now, in today's video, I want to do another little bit of a ramble about football, but this is going to be addressing the Pochettino situation and the Spurs situation. Now, I have got both Twitter up and obviously the internet to monitor the situation. I initially want to start by saying that I do respect Spurs in a way, and I'm a Chelsea fan. And the rivalry we've got being like two teams from London, very close to each other. The rivalry's always been there between, you know, the likes of Spurs and Arsenal, Arsenal and Chelsea, Chelsea and Spurs. It's that sort of trifecta that we don't usually see in sport. You know, you've got other rivalries like Rangers, Celtic. You've got Nottingham Forest and Derby. That's one that's close to me because I'm from there. You know, Man United, Man City, they're all from the same city. Yet with teams within London, it's not just about where you are. You know, the main derby that you'd see is Chelsea-Fulham, because Chelsea play on Fulham Road. But to me, although that is a derby, that's not really that's more of a locational derby. In terms of if you live in Chelsea and you either support Fulham or Chelsea, then that's the derby for you. I don't feel like it's a very, you know, anticipated rivalry there. Whereas Chelsea-Tottenham is quite a big rivalry in terms of the stature of it. The teams that have been playing against each other. You know, if you see Chelsea versus Fulham, you're likely to think that Chelsea are going to win it and Fulham are going to get beaten. Whereas Tottenham, Chelsea, it could be like, oh wow, this could be a great game sort of thing. That being said, I do respect Spurs, and if I'm being totally honest, there are plenty of Spurs players that I genuinely like, and I like to see them do well. Only specific players. There are plenty of players I don't like, as many of you know. One of those being Harry Kane. I'm not a big fan of him. I appreciate what he does, but he's a bit of a dickhead. I don't like him. Players that I do like include Christian Eriksen, Lucas Moura. I'm a big fan of. I was really upset to see him not start the game, the final last year in the Champions League, after he comes on, scores a hat-trick and puts them through against Ajax. I've been a big fan of him anyway, since his PSG days, but coming to Spurs I was a bit like, but he's done well, and I was upset for him not being able to start, and that sort of put me in one mind about Pochettino. Does he focus players over results? Now, I'm a fan of Pochettino. I like. The thing is, you've got to understand that Tottenham weren't anywhere near where they should have been when Pochettino was appointed manager. 5 years ago now? They were pushing that way, but they didn't really have. I don't feel like they had a clear vision of where they wanted to go, what they wanted to do. And Pochettino really did bring that. Now, sorry about that. Yeah, so I think that he brought a really good vision to him. I'm a big fan of him just because he plays nice football at the end of the day, doesn't he? Nice possession-based football, keep the ball, try and attack with it. You know, you've got your fast wingers in Moura if he plays on the right, and Son if he plays on the left. You can switch it up by playing more central attacking midfielders, in the likes of Eriksen, Ali. You know, Son can play centre forward most of the time, and so he's quite knowing a few Spurs fans. They were quite happy with the direction he was going in. I understand that at the start of this season he hasn't had the best start, and that goes without saying that it's not just the manager that does that. The players have to really dig in and do their job for the team, not just for one person. And whether the players fell out with Pochettino, we're not too sure. Whether there was any tension between different cliques in Tottenham because of the manager or because of something, we're not sure. But currently the Premier League table. No. In fact, we can just go. Surely I can click that tables. It currently drew to Watford, and they've lost to. They lost to Brighton 3-0. That was a poor game. So I can slightly understand Spurs not wanting to stick with him in the stage that they brought players in that they thought he needed and wanted. They haven't really been performing. I know Ndombele's done well since he's come in. He's been a bit of a fan favourite. Other than that, what other signings did they make? There we go. Who did they bring in? On transfer market, they brought in Ryan Sessegnon. Has he actually made any appearances for them? He's played one game. Lo Celso's come in. Has he made any? He's played 6 games. Okay, so he started quite well. I don't know if it's actually been very good. That's the other side of things. And Ndombele came in for 54 million. Pardon me. He's played 10 games, got 2 goals and an assist. There's fair dues on him. Apparently, he's been okay. They got rid of Trippier. He's been doing really good in Atletico Madrid. Maybe that's something that Pochettino either didn't like, and that's what's caused tensions in the fact that Trippier's gone, or the fact that the club didn't really want to get rid of him, but they're adamant. Oh. No. Yeah, so with the signings that he's made, and the money that he's spent, how much is that in total? That's 54 plus 78, and then a loan fee of 15 million for Lo Celso, so that's like almost 100 million there. Sorry if I'm like, oh, snuffly guys. That's like 90 odd million, just over 90 million pounds in 3 players. One of them's made a bit of an impact, one of them hasn't even played, or one of them has played but 1 game, and then Lo Celso's been So maybe that's one of the reasons why Daniel Levy, it's Daniel Levy, has decided to get rid of him. It's because, they brought in the players that he wanted, and it's actually done worse. So I'm still struggling to come to terms with the fact that he's gone. As a Spurs manager, I thought he was doing phenomenally well. Took him to a Champions League final. Yes, the league hasn't been brilliant last season. I think a lot of Spurs fans, I've heard talk, they've said that the steep decline started maybe last February, when I think they were 2nd at some point, and then they dropped to 4th, which was completely unacceptable. They were like, they did poorly in the league, but Pochettino's looking for that silverware. I can see his mind was focused on, trying to win something. He was 2nd. It was so blatantly obvious last season that it was between Man City and Liverpool in the end. So he probably thought, right, we're doing well in the Champions League, let's focus Champions League. And that's exactly what he did. And he got into the final. Unfortunately, lost to the better team, in my opinion. You can't say, oh, well, he finished 4th, so it actually wasn't good enough. 4th and a Champions League final is a success as far as I'm aware for being a manager. You've gotten to that point where they could win silverware, and you stay in that competition anyway. So it doesn't particularly matter where you finish in the league specifically. So I'm struggling to really come to terms with why he was sacked. It's only November. I'd have given him until mid-January, and I say mid-January for a specific reason. You want to give time for a manager to come in like Mourinho and make the changes that he wants, which is more of why they've probably appointed him now. Mourinho is now the manager. He was announced this morning. I'm not sure what time he was announced. Let's see if I can go to the Spurs thing, because it was there. Jose, there we go. Spurs announced it. Oh, come on. There we go. Spurs announced it 4 hours ago. Yet they only announced Pochettino leaving 15 hours ago. That's an 11-hour window to get a new manager in and agree a contract and agree the signings and agree the visions and everything that they want to happen. I have a sneaky feeling that Tottenham approached Jose Mourinho before Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the main thing here. And then decided a little bit later whether they want to stick with their interim or whether they want to bring a new person in, or at least give the interim manager a few days of managing and looking after the players. And then the club then weigh up their options as to who they're going to have. This took 11 hours, that's not long enough at all. They obviously thought, right, if we're going to sack Pochettino, we need a new manager. Mourinho's free. Fuck it, let's go with him. And I think that's on a bit of a limb, if I'm being totally honest. I'm not sure Mourinho's going to bring the correct football to the Spurs team. I went off on a tangent there, sorry. So what I was saying was about the transfers. I'd have given Pochettino up until mid-January on the basis that you thought, right, at the start of January, or up until now, until January, who do you want to sign for the club? Do you want to spend a lot of money? Do you want to change a few things in terms of the backroom staff? Is there anything that you need to really push us back up to that top spot? Because I think loyalty is a big thing in football that's missing at the minute. What he's done for the club is amazing. The decency that the club could have had would have been, look, you're in a tough spot. We need to change this around now. We've got until January to really think about any changes that need to be made, and then in January we can either implement them, or by January we need to be back up at that top spot, depending on what Pochettino said. So I'd have said to Pochettino, give me a list of everything that you need and we'll discuss it, see what can happen. I'd have given him the chance at the very least. This is the first bad spell Tottenham have had in 5 years, from where they used to be. It's ridiculous. It honestly is. From where they used to be to where they are now is massive. It's a big change. So for them to have one bad spell and him it's been what, 2 months? Or 3 months, sorry, should I say? It's been 3 months. 3 months. And he's been here for 60. He's been here for 63 months, right, in the job. 12 times 5, 60. Because he's been here for 5 years. And 3 months on for this start of this season. He's been here for 63 months, and you're going to base him on 3 of them months. Tottenham, get a fucking grip, you dickhead. Anyway, so they've obviously gone with the other side of things where they thought, sack him now, and it gives us until January for Mourinho to come in, see what sort of impact he has, evaluate the squad and see what he needs to do in January, because at the rate they're going, they are going to get... I don't see what Mourinho brings to Tottenham. I saw what he brought to Man United. You know, they were lacking on defensive quality at the best of times. He came in to bring him some defenders. His success was probably not brilliant, but at the same time, relative to how we've seen other managers go, I actually think he did okay at Man United. Looking back on it, I don't think he did a good job in results, but I think he did a good job with the squad that he had. And given the chance to spend a bit more money, I think he would have been a lot better. Ole Gunnar came in, spent a load of money, and they still look just as trash, in my opinion. That being said, what's Mourinho's philosophy is always come in, spend a bit of money, spend a lot of money, strengthen the defence, and play really boring defensive football, you know, park the balls. I can't see Spurs doing that. You've got too many attacking players, you've got Lucas Moura, you've got Son, you've got Eriksen that wants out. I reckon Eriksen's leaving either in January or in July or June at the very latest. Because if they've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 attacking midfielders, if Son's playing centre forward, if Dele Alli's playing cam, if Eriksen wants to play cam, if you've got Ndombele, Dyer, you've got all these midfielders, Eriksen's going to be the one that goes, yeah, if you're going to play defensive football and only play one attacking player, I'm out. You know, you've got plenty of choices. I'm gone. I want to play proper football. Eriksen's going to be the first one to go. Harry Kane probably will like the style of football just because everything will probably try and be catered to him. But knowing what happened to Lukaku when Mourinho was in charge, in terms of the weight gain, the muscle gain, to try and strengthen him up, instead of being a fast, pacey player, Lukaku turned into this tank that really didn't do well under Mourinho. I'm struggling to see how Kane does well, and that is a sad sight because I don't like him. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to see his downfall. I'm not hating on him. There's something about him I don't like, and it's hard to put my finger on. I find him quite arrogant. I find him at the right place at the right time, and then he just takes the glory for it. And it bugs me because he's that sort of player. But, I guarantee if he was a Chelsea player and he was doing this well, I probably wouldn't be upset. Because he's a Tottenham player, it just irks me a little bit. But yeah, I really hope that Mourinho doesn't ruin Harry Kane for that specific reason. If he does well, you can't deny he doesn't do well. But if Mourinho ruins him, that's going to be a sad sight for football. It's going to be a sad sight for English talent. And I don't know, with Tottenham having the majority of up-and-coming English talents, along with Chelsea now, by the way. Chelsea, you've got 3 or 4, maybe even 5 players in there, like on a regular basis. Tottenham have obviously, previous to this season, been like the forefront for producing young English talent. Is Mourinho going to adopt into that style? No, he's not. You saw it at Man United. He refused to play the likes of Rashford. He refused to play the up-and-coming younger players, and he preferred Matic over some of the younger players, which was ridiculous. It honestly was. So what Mourinho can bring to Tottenham specifically, I'm not too sure. I'm looking forward to seeing the derby between Chelsea and Tottenham now. When is that game? That game's going to be popping. The next game is... The next time we play them is the 22nd of December, so 3 days before Christmas. You best believe I'm watching that match. Oh, it's 4:30, I'm probably going to be working. What a load of bollocks. That is going to be a game and a half, that is. Oh, Man United, Tottenham. That's coming up, like, in 2 weeks, right? Or 3 weeks. 4th of December, that is. So how far away is that? That's 2 weeks today. 2 weeks today. Wow, okay. So, those games are going to be entertaining, at the very least. I am upset Poch is gone. I half understand their reasoning. I just think he deserved more time. He deserved a lot more loyalty from the club. And he just deserved more. And we're in a day and age where managers are getting sacked after 2 or 3 bad games. I know he's had 5 games without a win. But if you look at the club and you look at what they've got at the minute, I don't see the depth that many clubs have got. Chelsea have been on a good form. Personally, I don't see Chelsea carrying on this form. I'd love to see it. I just see like 1 or 2 things going wrong after January. You may pick up 1 or 2 injuries. I mean, we've had Rudiger out and Kante out, and we've still performed well, I suppose. But I just see 1 or 2 things going wrong, and maybe the system has to change a little bit, and we don't do as well. That could happen, but I'm not gonna hate Lampard for it, am I? I'm gonna think that we've had a few different changes. We've had to sort of adapt a little bit. Tottenham have had very similar things, with many players not performing to their best. I don't understand it because they're playing the same system they've always played, yet the players look like they don't want to do it. So maybe player power took over there, but I am upset to see Pochettino go. I do like him as a person. I'm absolutely baffled to see Mourinho in charge. The photos make him look so happy. He's like holding the Tottenham shirt. I wonder if I click on this, is it going to be a load of emojis with snakes? No. You know what? This has surprised me, A lot of Spurs fans, from what I'm getting from these comments, are actually really happy with this, which is surprising to me. It says, I can't believe this is anything other than an alternate universe. Okay, that's not real. If you thought Mourinho is the biggest managerial rival because of joining Man United and Chelsea, then you were right. Plus, he's joined Spurs, our biggest rival. It's the most anti-Arsenal manager ever. Fair enough. Loads of people are putting welcome Jose. Still lost for words. New era. Big statement. Tottenham till I die. Fair enough. And then this one's, but it all feels feels so wrong but so right. If we're going to turn evil, might as well have the football's biggest panto villain in charge, I guess. Quite a lot of them are actually quite happy that he's there. I don't know what's happened. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck's happened. How can he have been in charge of Real Madrid, Inter Milan, then Chelsea, Man United and Spurs? It'll be Liverpool next. Watch this. Klopp will bottle the title somehow, get sacked, which would be the most ridiculous thing, and then Mourinho black. I fancy that. Like in a couple of seasons' time, that is, by the way. Give it 2 years, Liverpool won't perform, and he'll be the Liverpool manager. I'm struggling here to see what he brings to the club, so I think I'm going to end it there, guys. You've had my thoughts and opinions. I don't think that Pochettino should have been sacked. I think he should have been given more time. I do think that it's one of those things where do you stop it happening now? If they'd have continued this form, many people have been said, why didn't you stop it before all this happened? Why didn't you stop it as they were getting bad results? But it's one of the things you never know, so I respect Daniel Levy's decision. Hopefully Mourinho is fucking dreadful at Spurs because he realises what shithouses they all are. And I shall see you guys later.